to ask the Scottish Government whether a scheme promoted under the Flood Prevention Scotland Act 1961, which does not yet have confirmed statutory consents, will be eligible for grant support, including beyond the current spending review period, and to a level of 80% of eligible costs.
Minister Stewart Stevenson.
The Government and COSLA agreed last year that the distribution of the flooding component of the General Capital Grant for this spending review period would be for large schemes and would be by application. The first round prioritised confirmed Flood Prevention Scotland Act 1961 schemes with planning consent. An announcement regarding a further round of applications is likely to be made towards the end of this year.
Nigel Dawn.
I'm grateful to the Minister for his response. The Minister will be well aware that my concern is the flood prevention scheme in Brechin, in my constituency. My question really is, what assurances can the Minister give me that as this scheme, like many others in Scotland, does get its appropriate consents, there will be money available subject to the existing limits of 80%, clearly subject to there being a fund available within Scotland?
Minister.
I understand, and I need to be careful in dealing with the planning issue here, that there is an objector to the flood prevention scheme that the Council has submitted. It's important that we do make progress towards having a scheme that is implementable through that process and through the planning system. I'm certainly willing to talk further when we get to the point that process is complete and we have a scheme that can be implemented. It will, of course, be necessary that the scheme demonstrates a positive cost-benefit ratio and that the commencement period is within the spending review period.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. In view of some ongoing concerns in parts of my region, such as White Sands at Dumfries and in Peebles, in relation to concerns about flooding, can I ask the Minister if he is able to give the Chamber some detail about the Scottish Government research projects into flooding and how this will help us in the south of Scotland and more broadly in Scotland with flooding mitigation as well, and how this connects possibly with the land use strategy?
One of the things we have for the very first time is a national picture of the distribution and potential that is caused by flood. That will help us focus resources where it will be required and target our efforts on those areas where the greatest benefit can be gained. The member is correct to make a linkage to land use. And part of what we will do within that context is, of course, look at the role that there is for natural flooding, which can relieve water pressures on urban and developed areas which are affected by flooding. So the natural systems that can help us will form part of our consideration under land use heading.